Well, we began on this Friday with new attacks on Trump supporters coming courtesy of Hillary Clinton. You can always count on her, can't you? She seems to have not learned any lessons after she branded Trump supporters a basket of deplorables during the 2016 presidential campaign.
You could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
That's right, just throw away half the country. Then last year, she followed up that attack by likening a Trump rally to Adolf Hitler courting Nazis. Watch.
I remember as a young student, trying to figure out how did people get basically drawn in by Hitler. You saw the rally in Ohio the other night. Trump is there ranting and raving for more than an hour, and you have these rows of young men with their arms raised. I thought, what is going on?
And in her quest to become even more likable than that, here's what she said last night, insulting millions of Americans who voted for President Trump and saying they need to be formally deprogrammed.
And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen.
Formal deprogramming of cult members. I saw this last night, my husband and I did, and he stopped me and he said, did I hear that right? And we actually had to rewind to ensure we were correct, that she wants to, Tommy, formally deprogram Trump supporters. You expect to hear this in the Soviet Union, in communist China, and third world country dictatorships, but not here in the United States.
She is still so bitter about 2016, and that's landing, that she is so upset, so jaded that she lost. She just cannot accept it. But the bigger question here, we know how Hillary feels. I don't think any of us are shocked that she said this. It's got dangerous implications. It's insulting. It's condescending. We know that. We expect it from Hillary. What I don't understand is why the Democrat Party is allowing her to go out and speak on behalf of the Democrat Party. It does nothing for them. It's horrible. The basket of deplorables comment could actually be one of the main reasons why she lost, among many others, in 2016. She really fired up Trump supporters with that. So why the Democrats would continue to parade her out, I just don't understand. She might be the only woman that is less likable than Kamala Harris. So it's time to maybe put her in the basement with Biden. Stop parading her out. She does well for the Republican cause, but for Democrats, I'm not so sure that Hillary's the winner.
Completely agree. Tammy, she's uniquely poor at disguising how she really feels. But this is bigger than Hillary Clinton because Joe Biden has expressed his disdain for Americans. He hides it a little better, but let's roll the tape. Here's your president.
MAGA Republicans look at America and see carnage and darkness and despair. MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. They embrace anger. They thrive on chaos. They live not in the light of truth, but in the shadow of lies. The extreme MAGA Republicans quote a clear and present danger to our democracy.
The last thing we need is Neanderthal thinking.
Do you want to be on the side of Dr. King or George Wallace? Do you want to be on the side of John Lewis or Bull Connor? Do you want to be on the side of Abraham Lincoln or Jefferson Davis? This is the moment to decide, to defend our elections, to defend our democracy.
For the vast majority of you who've gotten vaccinated, I understand your anger at those who haven't gotten vaccinated.
I mean, he's not much better than Hillary.
He's not, and having come from the left, and I urge people all the time to do this, believe them. This is not because they got out of the wrong side of the bed or because they didn't have breakfast. Believe them. Hillary, I agree with you, is representing the Democrats. She is not just doing this off the top of her head. She was speaking with Christiane Amanpour, who laughed. The Nobel Peace Prize winner now is an Iranian woman who is in prison because she was, going against the regime, speaking up for people, speaking up for women. She was put into prison. Here's now Hillary Clinton in the 21st century arguing for, when you think deprogramming, Should there be conversion therapy? Should it? I thought we were maybe against that. How do you collect these people up in a camp? Now you think, oh, that's outrageous. This happened within 100 years, within the memories of people still alive today in ancient European civilizations that have a longer history than we did. Went there. They went there, and Hillary it's ironic. She's complaining about, oh, it's like they're Nazis or whatever. Who has, for censorship, wanting to silence people, and now wanting to collect tens of millions of people, condemning them as so bad they need to be re-educated. So you touched on that in your opening. This should be taken seriously. It's funny, I guess, because it's Hillary, and she is bitter, and she's angry, and she's envious still of Trump. But this tells you about the Democratic Party, not just of her. They've started up their global foundation again. They had an event recently. This is serious. This represents the Democrats, make no mistake, and believe them. The answer is, though, not to charge up everyone on the right. The answer is to remind us and to remind people, as I would hope President Trump would do, that this is awful, but we stand together because of what this country represents for dialogue and discussion. We will disagree on the issues, but this is what we're fighting against, and we do so by honoring this country.
Yeah, Jeremy, so the person who loves innocent children and, goes to advocate for life, reprogrammed, right? The parent who doesn't want their kids taught porn in school, reprogrammed. The union worker who's tired of Joe Biden, reprogrammed. I mean, that's what she's saying.
That's exactly right. And she framed it as, the MAGA extremists, as if she's only talking about, kind of like a small handful of people. Oh, no. It's all of us. It's anyone who is conservative, who doesn't accept her vision for our country. She deems as, you need to be reprogrammed. And let me be clear. Her vision is one where the elites control everything, and the rest of us just need to sit down and obey, take our edicts from on high, and do as what we're supposed to do. And that's what she's trying to do. But she kind of weaves it in and says, MAGA extremists. No. We are all included. If you don't accept Hillary Clinton's vision, you are included in this reprogramming, and that's the fear.
Can I add especially black men, black
absolutely.
People, gay people who do not conform? We're especially dangerous. Women who do not conform. That's exactly the point.
Latino men and women who are coming in droves to the Republican Party. Yeah. Cheryl, and it's frightening. You have, the American public who sees this, and many believe there's a two-tier justice system, and they look, Mark Houck, a pro-life activist, home raided by the FBI, acquitted by a jury. All these pro-life activists targeted, and somehow they can't find the people destroying the pro-life centers. The radical traditional Catholic memo that has now been, that's not us. That's, we're sorry. We can't defend that anymore. You understand why an average American would hear that and think, I don't like what I'm seeing and now what I'm hearing.
Well, you're talking about the weaponization of government, which we've seen in several instances from President Biden and this administration, whether it's one set of rules for his son and one set of rules for others. But I think what's so interesting is that, and you mentioned this is perfect. You said this, the elites. It is the elitism that is hurting them. And remember, she lost in 2016. She was shocked. She was crying. She couldn't believe that the country didn't just go along with her and with them. And they still think that way. And I look at the country in particular. I look at, you look at Los Angeles, you look at New York, and they still, to this day, they don't learn their lessons. Everyone in between. There is a whole country out there with different views and different wishes and different goals for themselves and their families, and they just don't want to hear it. We're so smart, you're so dumb, sit down, shut up.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton, she was shocked, she was angry, and then she went on a nature walk when she lost, and she apparently learned nothing on that walk. Take a walk, Hillary.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kayleigh McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.